Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Elevate. My name is Jessica.
My name is Darwin.
Today we're talking about, I just want to bring up a topic, right? Dogs and relationships.
Be careful what you say about my dog. Very careful.
I've seen some pretty crazy situations online, of course, with women and their dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or their pet. But mainly dogs. And I don't know, how do you feel about, okay, let's say you weren't a married man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you meet me, and I have Kobe, right? Kobe is our golden doodle, who's about 65 pounds.
My boy.
Super adorable. Our third baby.
For real.
And here I come into your life, right? Everything goes well on the dating stage. We decide that, we want to move forward with things. But I have this dog, this golden doodle that is like my child.
Mm-hmm.
And he sleeps with me.
Interesting.
And so now, we move in together and I'm like, you know what? He slept with me for years. He has been sleeping with me for years. So if you're going to be with me, you're going to have to accept Kobe on our bed. How would you feel about that?
If he's a stay-at-home dog or he goes outside?
I have to walk my dog.
So he goes outside?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, outside. Nah. Kobe gonna have his own bed.
Okay.
So we don't allow Kobe
What
in
if
the
I
bed.
tell you that's a deal breaker?
I mean, at that point, if we not even moving in together, be like, you're gonna have to figure it out, girl. And Kobe cute though.
Well, I honestly think it's a very
Unsanitary, just say it.
I'm sorry guys. I love dogs. I am a dog lover. It wasn't always like this. I wasn't always like, oh my God, like crazy about dogs because I never had a dog growing up. It's been 2 years since we got Kobe and my life has changed. And my perspective about dogs has completely changed.
Facts.
Dogs are, I don't know how to explain it. I can't. Literally, Kobe has become my third child.
Facts.
I love him so much. I wish he could be here with us right now, right? I wish I could take him everywhere. But again, I have a standard golden doodle. He's about 65 pounds, so he's pretty big. And I just never thought I was going to love a dog the way that I love Kobe. I didn't understand what loving a dog meant. In the past, I would respect when people would say, oh, this is my dog, I sleep with him, whatever. I respected people's way of living with their pets and their dogs. I was never someone to be like, oh my God, it's not that serious. Like, actually, maybe a little bit. Maybe internally, I would think when I would hear a dog lover talking about, how the dog sleeps with them, the dog, does everything with them, I would maybe internally be like, I think that's a little much. Like, why?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Like, it's just a dog. But that is the most offensive thing you can say to a person
Facts.
with a dog. Like, now that I have one, I realize it's like you're talking about a person's child. It's like telling a parent that takes their kid everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a kid, Yeah.
Especially, let's say, like, if that person doesn't have kids and it's just like they live for their dog. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the dog it's part of the family. And I can totally understand why some people, if they don't have dogs, they never really had one in their life, they never got close to one, why they would be like, it's just an animal. Like, animals are animals. And to a certain extent, I agree. Animals are still animals. They need to be trained.
Yeah.
They need to be, But aside from that, the emotional connection you get with a dog, I don't know about any other type of animal because I haven't had any other type of animal other than maybe fishes on a fish tank and Rosita, my mom and my dad's parrot.
Facts.
But the love you get to have for these animals is just really unconditional in my opinion.
And Kobe's only 2.
Yeah.
So that means you only been. I mean, the good thing is like you've seen him since like literally a puppy in our arms to now taller than you.
Yeah.
So it's like wow. But you was also against Kobe being on the couch, and that's not the case no more.
You see, but the couch I feel like it's a little different because, for example, our couch, we take off the covers and we wash it, and you know we can throw on a cover on a couch, right?
But people will say, well, don't you watch your sheets?
You're right about that. But I just feel like it's different. Like, you know, like the bed is very intimate, especially if you have a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and let's face it, dogs lick their balls. Come on now. You know, dogs are not, you know, so in tune with their hygiene. You know, they're licking everything on the floor. They go outside, they want to lick everything. They put everything in their mouth, you know. So as much as we are clean with our pets, because I know some of us are very, you know, try to go to extreme extents to have our dog be as sanitary as possible, the reality is still a dog. Yeah. And there's still, you know, we even have germs on ourselves, and we take a bath every day, hopefully, right? So I wouldn't accept my dog. I wouldn't allow my dog on my bed.
He jumps on the bed when, like, if he freshly groomed, like, that day, we'll, like, hype him up, and then he, like, jumps on the bed, and he feels like, but then he jumps back down.
But I don't let him. Like, usually he tries. Yeah. He tries sometimes to, like, get on top.
No, like, when he's super hyper, like, if we're playing with him, he's just, like, and he got the zoomies, like, he'll jump from, like, the freaking hallway.
I'm like, Kobe, get down now. But he's a great dog. He's such a sweet dog. But anyways, again, besides, that's not the point of this video. Kobe, we love you. But you know, it's made me think about these relationships that, you know, people come in and they have a dog, and obviously the dog has been, you know, everything for that person. And it's like, now you as my boyfriend come into my life, and it's like, now I have to put my dog to the side. Like, now I understand, like, kind of why some women start feeling like, no, my dog was here first.
Yeah.
But then again,
well, the thing is,
when you get into a relationship, it's about two people. It's not about you only anymore.
Yeah, but you don't even know if that relationship is going to work. And it's like, that dog is going to be with you no matter what.
I feel like if the person that you're talking with, if you're really into them, right, and you see a future with this person, and for some reason, let's say that person was like me. Let's say it was you who came with the dog and you met me. I would have never allowed that. Yeah. You coming in, because I didn't grow up with dogs. I would have just looked at you like, you need to choose, which is very cruel to say, but I didn't understand that connection.
Yeah, I don't even know, like, if you would have met me and I would have had Kobe and it was just me, like, he probably would have slept with me. Because it's like, if you by yourself, it's like,
yeah, but at that point you have to take into consideration how I'm feeling about the whole thing. True. Because if we're gonna come together and we're gonna commit to each other, it's not about just you anymore.
Yeah, but if you're just coming in, like, we're just meeting and you don't fuck with my dog, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work out.
That might be a deal breaker, right?
Definitely. You don't know my dog? Nah, fuck out of here.
I feel like depending, it could be a deal breaker. I mean, it really depends on the person. And how deep, I mean, it's difficult, man. Like, before in the past, I would have easily told you, you have to put, the dog is secondary. Literally in the past, I would have told you very easily, dog is secondary.
If I had Kobe for 2 years, I would have said, fuck off, mate. Go find yourself a cat lover.
Listen, but now that I have my own dog, like, I completely understand the level of attachment you get with these pets. They are family.
Facts.
They become, if you are a good-hearted person, because I know there's people out there who get dogs for the wrong reasons. You know, they just want to look cute with their dog, or maybe just for protection, and sometimes they treat their dog as animals. Literally.
Wow, they treat animals like animals? That's wild.
No. No, but in this case, I feel like when you take in a dog to your family, dogs have emotions.
They definitely do.
I didn't really understand this until, again, we had Kobe. You can tell when your dog is sad. You can tell when they're not feeling well. You can tell when they've missed you. I mean, they just can't talk to us, but the connection that they have with us sometimes is so much stronger than any connection we can have with a human being.
Yeah.
They're there with you unconditionally. You are that dog's life.
I will take Kobe everywhere. The only place we
If I would take him everywhere.
The only place we can't really take Kobe is to the sponsor of this video. Toto Studio. Damn, that was good.
Toto Studio, a studio located in Yonkers, New York, for creators by creators.
So for those of you who have a project coming up, whether that be a video project, a photo project, a campaign for a clothing line, a product line, we are all inclusive. We do video, photo, and if you have your own photographer, videographer, and you just need studio space, we can book us via Gearspace or shoot us a DM on Instagram
At Book Toto Studio.
Back to the episode.
Okay. And we always pause like
we always stay quiet and waiting for the ad to pass. Like yo, I'm
oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyways, good ad. I
Thanks.
love that studio. It's my best studio to visit.
I will hope so.
Anyways, so back to the topic. I feel like at this point I can't take sides. I don't know if to take the side of the person who's like, no, you need to like accept me and my dog, or be on the side of the person who's like, no, you need to take my feelings into consideration.
Yeah.
Like how do you deal with that?
I mean, going back to the rule of the conversation, whether or not they should be in your bed or not, I guess that's their decision because it's their fucking bed.
Yeah.
So we
I
don't
personally don't feel like dogs belong in our beds.
Yeah.
I love Kobe with all my heart.
But there's people that have
I love all dogs, but I don't feel like they belong in our beds.
there's people that have like stay at home pets.
Yeah, like
they don't go out. So maybe at that point,
or
like,
maybe if you have like a small dog that, you know, you carry the dog everywhere you go, you know, like they're not even touching the floor outside.
It's like I've been seeing those videos on TikTok where the dogs are like them farm dogs, or people have like a big backyard and they be like all muddy and then they run in the house and just like jump on the couches. And I'm like, bro, what?
No, oh no.
How is that even? Kobe steps outside to the hallway and he walks in and his paws are getting clean.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like anytime he goes outside, when he comes back in, we
got like a whole
clean his
routine.
paws. Like, you know, we know that, you know, we're not going to be able to sanitize his whole body completely, but at least we try.
I mean, but he's not like rolling around everywhere.
And he's not rolling around outside. And it's
maybe that's people's justification. Like, my dog doesn't roll around; they just walk.
Yeah. I respect every person's opinion. If you have a partner who accepts your dog sleeping with both of y'all, you know what? Hey, whatever works for y'all is what works for y'all. You know, I don't knock it.
Or maybe it's a matter of time.
It could be a matter of time, because let me tell you, me, again, I don't think I'm ever going to get to the point where Kobe is sleeping in my bed. One, he's way too big. We don't even have enough space for both of us. But even if my bed was big enough, I wouldn't allow him on my bed. I just feel like my bed needs to be as sanitized as possible. Like, that's where I sleep. Sometimes, you know, you want to sleep with the least amount of clothes on. You know, like, I just don't feel like you should have your dog in your bed. But everything else, my house is my dog's house. Like, I used to be very against, you know, at the beginning, like, him being on top of the couch. And now it's like, hey, he sees us watching TV and he wants to sit right next to us. He wants to be one of us. And you know what? He is one of us.
Yeah. Well, we also used to be like, oh, no, because he's on the couch. And then when people come over,
he wants to be on top of the couch.
Yeah, but then we realized, like, we have no friends.
Who cares? The house is more his than anybody who comes visit to us.
Literally.
But I also feel like we know how to have boundaries, and we're very I like to think that while we give him the most love, he also understands that we are the boss in the house.
Yeah.
And there's like a structure, like our dog doesn't override us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also understand that you need to discipline your dogs just as you discipline your kids. So also when we have like visitors over, and let's say we know that the person is not like a dog lover or someone who's like had pets like that, or maybe they just don't want the dog around them. Like, you have to respect people's boundaries.
We'll just put him in the hallway.
We'll just, put him on his, little corner over there, give him a chew toy or something, and we keep him away from the area. Because it's like, we also want to have visitors, and we don't want our visitors to feel uncomfortable. I know for myself, before I had dogs, I wouldn't have liked to visit someone and they had a dog and them forcing like their dog on my space. You understand? Yeah. So I kind of respect that, Everybody doesn't have to love dogs. Everybody doesn't have to love your dog. But, it's all about, like, boundaries and, training your dog and everything. But, again, I feel like if you're, at this point, I feel like if you're in the dating stage and you are a dog lover, right? You have a dog who's been with you for years and that's your baby and you don't see your life without dogs. That's a very important conversation to have with someone you're dating. That's one of I think one of the first topics you should be having, conversations you should be having with someone that you're dating. Like, do you like dogs? Do you mind having a dog living in your home?
Nah, because there's somebody listening to this that they gonna know. So what if we're together already and then I just pop up with a dog, but you're not a dog person?
I think that's something that you can't just bring in. If we've already established our home, right? You can't make that type of decision without my approval.
Can I get another dog?
When we have a house. Sure we can. I would definitely have another dog if we had more space. But in the case of we're already in a relationship, I want a dog, and I bring in the dog without even discussing it with you, that's a problem. That's a problem. You can't, when you're in a relationship, you're in a commitment, you're married, that household belongs to both of you, and both of your opinions need to be respected. Now, if you're dating and the person is already has this dog, you're going to have to decide whether you can deal with a person who's such a dog lover. Yeah. If you can't deal with that, then you might want to reconsider who you're dating, because that could bring many problems in the house. Because that person's going to always feel, if you're not a dog lover and, everything the dog does is going to bother you, you guys are constantly going to be bumping heads. Because it's like now you're messing with her child or his child. Because the thing is, when you have a pet like that, that is your baby, that is like your child.
Yeah.
It's like it's like you dating someone with kids. If you can't deal with that, don't get into it. You don't have to. There's plenty of people out there who don't want to have a dog in their house, who are not dog lovers, who can live without, who don't have such a close connection into their dog. Because there's people who have dogs and they can, be okay with, like, no, the dog, has his own crate, he sleeps on his side, I don't really have to have the dog on top of me all the time. I love my dog, but, it's like his space and my space. And then there's people who is like, their space is their dog space, every space.
All or nothing.
Right. So there's different, I guess, degrees of that.
That's all for today's dog show.
But yeah, I think that's just it. That's it for today's podcast, you guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you're here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like. If you've gotten to the end of the video and you enjoyed, don't leave us your comments down below. What are your thoughts about this dog situation and relationships? If you are on any of our audio platforms, don't forget to leave us your reviews. It really helps us out. And that's it for today's podcast, you guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Until next time.
Peace.